Have you ever lived in a house which felt dated inside and outside? Maybe it didn't reflect your modern lifestyle, or layout didn't answer to all your needs.
This was exactly the case with the Melbourne residence. The facade felt outdated and interiors were cramped and kitchen was anything but practical. So the homeowners came to us with a brief to have a modern aesthetic to their facade but keep the original character. And I think we achieved that. Have a look.
The original facade screamed 70s with arched windows, arched garage doors and arched doorway. What we did, we preserved arched window on the first floor and made arched door on the ground. Also, what was added, a new staircase and new porch.
Well, I'm proud about how the facade still has its character, but it's really modern and updated and has a really chic color scheme with white and grayish and black colors. And especially I've worked with clients to save this arched door and actually invest in a new obscure door. So I think I'm really proud that we managed to show the value of existing arch features to the owners and win their minds with our design.
The house was designed in very 70s ways. It was a bar downstairs and all the living was upstairs. On the way it was reverse living, but all the ground floor or let me say low ground floor was not really for good use. Okay, so what we did, we separated let's say adults from teenagers. Master bedroom and two home offices because owners working from home. Right now on the first floor, and ground floor is actually was given to teenage daughters.
I suppose a couple of things. One, the house was extremely old and worn, built in the late 70s and hadn't really been renovated. So it definitely needed a refit to make it work. For me, it was also badly laid out. There was things like a stairwell in the middle of the house, which made it really hard to get in and out of the house and wasted a lot of space. And the outside look was unbalanced and just didn't have a good street appeal, as it were.
Well, COVID didn't help. We started and planned to do some renovations when we moved in, which was in 2018, and we really wanted to upgrade back then, and then life got in the way, so we started doing some renovations. And what frustrated me is that we had started doing renovations and then we had to stop, and then we started and then we stopped. We had a few hiccups along the way until we found you guys, and you were able to really design a house that I think really works. It brings out the old and the new, which we really liked.
Yeah. The other frustration too was the design was we had a large bar area downstairs which was underutilised because this house is built into the side of a hill, so downstairs feels a little bit closed in and away from the rest of the place, which means we had a large room that we hardly ever used. Underutilised space here, but because this house is a solid brick 1970s house built on a concrete slab, it's extremely well built. So we were considering, should we knock it over and start again, and that would have just come back with paying a lot of money for a low quality built house, a modern built house, compared to what this house is, which is high quality. So it was a good house to refit.
Yeah. And I think that surprised us when we moved in as well, that we didn't use the area downstairs. I think when we first moved in, we liked to entertain, but we found it didn't work for us as an entertaining place. It just never did.
And the other frustration was we had a very small veranda out the back that wasn't really big enough for a table to go on. And that's where the light is, and you can see across the garden, you get the view, it's the open area, but we weren't able to utilise that because it was so small as well. Oh, really good. We had, prior to working with you, we did have another architect in who spoke all the language and had lots of really nice words to say, but didn't seem to really understand building, to the extent that even I could pick up the designs weren't practical. Like he was talking about putting bathrooms in on the side of the house that had no water, no plumbing. And even I could see that you'd have to rip up the concrete and move it out. The first day you guys came in and we talked through a whole lot of things, and you were looking downstairs, tapping on walls, working out how many bricks were in that wall, saying, well, this is structural, I can take this out. As soon as we knew that, you knew building, you knew how to build, how to get the most out of the property, which was really good. And also you had the ideas of changing the look to make it, give it street appeal.
I lost my train of thought then, but I was thinking another thing that you did, I think I mentioned earlier, you brought the old house into the new. So these curves I would never have ever thought about doing, and some of these architectural things. These are the things that I love about the house, is what is aesthetically interesting and new. And I guess that's what I liked about what you brought as well. I also really liked that you understood the I said the law, but you know, the requirements of Monash Council, or this council, so you could build exactly to standard without having to go through additional permits and things like that. It was like, well, we can, if you want it, we have to get a permit. If not, you could do this, which is just as good, and it's a lot quicker and easier. So it was that knowledge that you brought to it, as well as as everything else. That was really
the reoccurrence of the curve. So we've got the one here, the one as you come in, the two windows out the front, because the original design we did on PowerPoint was, you know, square windows, square, which made it look very volume builder, you know, Porter Davis look. So the same as every other house you could buy. Well, but by retaining the curved windows, which added expanse, but also putting the curve in, which added a bit of expanse, we've added a street appeal that you wouldn't get anywhere else. There's a look that nobody else has, and it looks really interesting and different. So no, very, very good. So enjoyed working with you guys.
Yes.
Very good.